guys? Welcome back to the Lore and Tea podcast, a place meant to simulate a chill club for all things geeky. Before we get into the FNAF 2 investigation, the most important question, Legendet, what tea do you got today?
Today I got some Sweet Dreams tea. Honestly,
Excellent.
my favorite.
Fair. I have some
What about you?
peppermint, so a little early for the peppermint season, but nonetheless, it is a very good tea. But anyways, for what actually we're here to discuss, FNAF 2. So, how'd you feel about our FNAF 1 investigation, Legendet? I feel like you got a
I thought,
good grasp on that?
yeah,
Very
I
good,
like
very
that
good.
one. It went well. I think this one's gonna be a little more interesting even, because there's more
Yeah.
to it from now on.
So what's good about this is when what I believe was the case was Scott when he made FNAF 1, right? We talked about how that was sort of just going to be a one-off game before it's, rocket to success. And then I do believe that FNAF 2 and 3, like he wanted a trilogy after that point. And then we have different checkpoints of different ends of the series from there. But I believe that FNAF 2 was never meant to be the end. It was always meant to be a trilogy. Now, how much of FNAF 3 he had literally planned while making FNAF 2 is I don't know if we'll ever really know unless he explicitly says, but I think he had the trilogy in mind. So here's when he actually starts putting story elements or like foundations of story for it to actually matter beyond the scope of a single game. So FNAF 2 is kind of when really we can consider that the actual what we know of FNAF lore really begins for several reasons, as some elements that carry on through many games are first introduced in this. Some of our first concepts of secrets, Easter eggs, and the dreaded mini games that deliver cryptic lore. So yeah, FNAF 2 is a big step as far as FNAF storytelling goes. So it'll be very interesting. We are still in sort of the stage where you have to do some investigative work on FNAF 2, but the lore itself, like the story it's conveying, is relatively simple and grounded, at least in comparison to the rest of the series. Like I said, FNAF 4 is when things dial up. But we do have more to talk about, more to investigate in this episode than we did FNAF 1, so I'm very excited. You just want to get right into it?
Yeah, let's do it.
Perfect. So first up, teasers. We kind of have a little outline here. We'll go teasers, we'll do the trailer, then we'll get into the meat of the game, and then we'll talk files where we can. I might not have the names of every file. I tried to look for them in several different places, so I feel like I should have the important ones because those ones are out there talked about on the internet. But yeah, we should have pretty much all the relevant information that one would need going into FNAF 2. And if you saw our first one, you'll know this is how we're approaching things, but I'll just say it here for full clarity here. Legendet is sort of a newcomer to the FNAF lore. She's watched the movie, but that's about it. So what I'm doing as a fun experiment, as sort of like this, grizzled veteran of watching like too many YouTube FNAF theories, is I'm taking her through each FNAF game sort of one by one, as though we're simulating FNAF coming out for the first time again. So we're only working with the information given in each game as they come out. I try to ask the guiding questions, highlight the important things, prod her to think, but she's the one that we're putting the most emphasis on theorizing because she has the least future knowledge in her brain. She's like I said last time, she's a blank slate, almost, pretty much a fresh set of eyes. So it's kind of fun to relive FNAF is coming out for the first time, adding to the story as we go instead of approaching as the behemoth in its entirety. So it's a pretty fun setup we got going, in my opinion. But yeah, we will get into the teasers now. First one, I'm just going to go from here. We're using the FNAF archive, FNAFlore.com, some YouTube videos, and Hyperdroid's Ultimate Guide to get all of the information in order. So we'll just kind of go top right to left here. We have so notice that it's a different type of Freddy than the Freddy that we saw in FNAF 1. And we have grand reopening here. So what does that tell you, Legendet?
Well, obviously the first one closed down, so now there's a new one. Or it reopened the same one.
Right. So yeah. And you would assume it probably closed down because of, I don't know, either the murders, low bad business,
Yeah.
Right? So each of these has a little brighten image button. Not doing this won't always yield anything interesting, but sometimes brightening an image will give you a little secret, so we gotta make sure to hit that button every time as well. Here's an interesting one. Something borrowed, something new. Reactions?
I mean, I might think that they took the old one and just refurbished it or something,
Okay. Okay, wait, that's a great word you just used. So you're thinking since they're showing animatronics here, specifically Bonnie, you're thinking they took old animatronics, refurbished them to be new animatronics. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, because everyone had complained about like the blood and all that.
Blood, in
gross
the
stuff.
FNAF 1 newspapers that we see, right? Yeah.
So like,
Okay.
oh, it's new.
What do you think about the it's almost like what that saying about marriage, right? Like something borrowed, something new, something blue, right? I forget the saying, right? But isn't that a
But yeah,
marriage phrase? Yeah.
yeah,
Do you
something
think
like
that
that.
means anything, or it's just like a fun, familiar thing to convey the refurbishing that you're talking about?
I feel like it would be worded a little differently if it was
Hmm.
like referring to that. But I mean, you can't really rule it out. I'm not
Yeah.
sure what it would mean is the thing.
I would just want something more explicitly tying it to that phrase in that context, because there's pretty much nothing else to suggest that besides
Right.
this
I mean,
this segment of words.
if it said something blue, then that would be pretty obvious, I feel like. But
Yeah, well, I mean, Bonnie's blue, right? He's the blue thing here. They specifically used the blue animatronic for this.
wait, true.
Unless
I
you're gonna
don't
dive
know,
into the is he
maybe.
blue or purple debate from years past. Anyway, yeah. So keep this in mind. So like I said, I'm here to ask the guiding questions, point out important information. This specific phrase showing this, so everyone calls these withereds because look, they're all like broken down. A withered version of Bonnie, and then this they are called the toys, right? This style is like what originated in FNAF 2. They call them so Toy Bonnie and Withered Bonnie. As we go into this investigation of FNAF 2, I want you to remember something borrowed and something new, because it is a point of discussion. Probably one of the most important teasers for this game as far as discussion goes. Okay. We got Foxy here, right? And someone new.
I'm guessing another Foxy, but like toy Foxy.
Pretty much. This one's called Mangle. But yeah, he's the Toy Foxy equivalent, right? Nowhere to run, and exactly one place to hide. This seems mostly gameplay focused, right? Because this is literally gameplay elements putting on the mask to hide, but yeah. This one's super dark.
Dang.
You have to brighten this one to see it. That's so cool. Dude,
Oh,
I love
that's
teasers.
so cool.
It's so fun even though it's so easy to do, it's just such a little flair to be like, oh, you have to alter it to get what we're showing.
I know, right?
Anyway, we
That's
have the
puppet?
puppet. Yeah, the puppet. Again, good to keep in mind, not necessarily this teaser specifically, because this is sort of just like showcasing a character, but the puppet goes on, to become a recurring thing. So having the puppet swimming around your mind at any given time is good in this series. That looks like all that we have for the still image teasers. So I guess we can just move on to the trailer.
London Bridge is falling down.
That's not creepy at all.
No, I'm getting good cheery vibes from this.
I want to join them. I mean, they seem to be having fun.
Face just chilling. No face, no problems.
Face no problems.
That's what I always say.
Monty Fluffy.
Hello.
It's our problem.
Well, if you're hearing this,
What I
then
can say.
chances are you've made a very poor career choice.
Yeah, that's fair. Forgotten. Forgotten but never gone. Reverse. Zero doors.
Right, because that was like one of the gimmicks that kind of separated its identity from the first game right off bat is there's no doors, no power handling, right?
Oh no, wait, what I do? I just hide behind the doors if I play.
Yeah, when you play FNAF 1, you just close the doors and immediately run out of power and just wait till Freddy shows up in the darkness. Ugh.
That would be me. That would be me.
That would definitely be you. Anyways, so yeah, that's a trailer, not any much lore dense, but you kind of get a feel for what's going on. It does kind of reinforce what you're saying about this, though, is that they were, refurbished. But yeah, so once again, we're gonna keep that swimming in our brains. So I guess we have some options here. We have newspapers, children's drawings, transcripts. I think it's probably best to start with the phone transcripts and then get into the newspapers and then get some of the more smaller stuff, because the phone calls give us a lot of insight. What I do want to show, though, before anything, from YouTube user provided this to YouTube, Dr. HADI 1987, all locations from the FNAF 2 restaurant that you're guarding. So we just kind of get a feel for how it's differentiated from FNAF 1, and just kind of refresh ourselves on what the game looks like itself as we get into this. So yeah. It looks like it's also going to show us the different combinations of animatronic presence. It's pretty good.
Oh.
Who was that? That was our special guy.
Oh, that's creepy.
Yeah.
Oh,
Balloon Boy. Yeah, everyone hates him.
Balloon.
Speaking of Toy Bonnie, Matt Pat is voicing the guy in the upcoming FNAF 2 movie.
I heard about that. I don't know what to think about that, to be honest.
Right? What's worse is Megan Fox voicing Toy Chica. Hey, there's our girl. Oh no.
Kids, go get your balloons from that guy.
Dude, I can just hear the Balloon Boys. Hello? Like ingrained into my brain, dude. What do you think of the toy designs while we're here, just kind of chilling?
I like the other ones better because they're kind of more like creepy aesthetic.
Yeah.
But they're not.
Nah. These ones do feel like watered down, like more like they're trying to be overtly for kids, or like realize the last ones were creepy.
Mhm. And then there's that.
Then there's the Wizards. Oh, them? They're the Wizards. They love killing a night guard. Oh yeah, what was that? We're gonna get back to that guy. We're gonna, don't you worry.
Oh, hi Chica.
Hi, Toy Chica.
Oh, hi Foxy. You joined the party. Oh, your friend abandoned you. Oh, you got a new friend. Oh, you abandoned
that guy. Oh, it's a never-ending cycle, Mangle.
Hello. Oh, hello. Oh.
Every time you say hello, it just gets closer. You're inviting it in. You're inviting it in Legendet style.
I just got that Riz, you know?
You get the Riz like that. Yeah, that guy, what's he called? Endo 02 or something, I believe. Endoskeleton, what's inside the animatronics.
No, it's so funny. Oh, hello again.
Yeah. She's so weird. She's like... It feels like she just does not fit the vibe of everything else from Freddy's.
Poor Foxy. Every time he comes, they just disappear.
Yeah. Yeah, Foxy Lonely Theory.
Yeah, theory. Hello, Freddy. Oh, get it. Oh, you dropped your guitar.
Paper pals.
Oh.
There's our girl. There.
What are you doing? Hello.
Just T-posing Chica.
Learning dominance.
Assert dominance.
Oh, hello. I feel like that guy's just a pervert for Chica. I feel like he's just falling. They're all just.
What? What did I just hear? Wait, which guy? We got a
Balloon boy.
balloon boy. We don't give theories. We give accusations.
Accusations. Well, that was very informative, if you ask me.
Right. Well, so that's
We
what the
learned a
game
lot of
looks
lore.
like, right? Oh, we learned so much, bro. That was everything. If you don't know the story entirely from that, then I feel like you're already hopeless from a theorizing standpoint myself.
Exactly.
Yeah. Anyways, yeah. I guess just since we're here, how'd you like the difference between the FNAF 2 location and the FNAF 1 location? Like the rooms. I feel like the vibe of FNAF 2 just has this more like unsettling nature to me, even though the FNAF 1 vibe is pretty good already. What do you think?
Yeah, honestly, I like the whole building aesthetic of the second one.
Mm.
It's pretty cool. I like the originalness of the first one, just because it's like
Yeah.
the creepy vibe. But this one has like a lot more characters too, so that's kind of cool.
The first one excelled at being uncanny. Like everything about it felt like it was just a little wrong, which was perfect for what the series aims for in its early horror, at
Right.
least. FNAF 2, like the wizards are overtly creepy, the toys are overtly not creepy, so it kind of creates this clash that is uncanny once again. But I feel like FNAF 2, especially since you already like going into it, you're already familiar with the dark history of Fazbear Company, the murders and stuff, and so I feel like everything from right from the start, instead of feeling like uncanny, uneasy as you're searching it, immediately you're just like something awful is afoot, right? So
Right, exactly.
there's that too. But now we'll get into the phone calls, which in these early games are really, really informative. This first one's pretty long, so we'll just play it.
Oh, hello. Hello and welcome to your new summer job at the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. I'm here to talk you through some of the things you can expect to see during your first week here and to help you get started down this new and exciting career path. Now, I want you to forget anything you may have heard about the old location, some people still have a somewhat negative impression of the company.
Really?
That old restaurant was kind of left to rot for quite a while, but I want to reassure you, Fazbear Entertainment is committed to family fun and above all, safety.
Good.
They've
so
spent a
reassured.
small fortune on these new animatronics. Facial recognition, advanced mobility. They even let them walk around during the day. Isn't that neat? But most
That's a terrible
importantly,
idea.
they're all tied into some kind of criminal database so they can detect a predator a mile away. Heck, we should be paying them to guard you. Now, that being said, no new system is without its kinks.
Right.
You're only the second guard to work at that location. The first guy finished his week but complained about conditions. We switched him over to the day shift. So, hey, lucky you, right? Mainly he expressed concern that certain characters seemed to move around at night and even attempted to get into his office. Now, from what we know, that should be impossible. That restaurant should be the safest place on Earth. So while our engineers don't really have an explanation for this, the working theory is that the robots were never given a proper night mode. So when it gets quiet, they think they're in the wrong room. So then they go try to find where the people are, and in this case, that's your office. So our temporary solution is this. There's a music box over by the prize counter, and it's rigged to be wound up remotely. So just every once in a while, switch over to the prize counter video feed and wind it up for a few seconds. It doesn't seem to affect all of the animatronics, but it does affect one of them. And as for the rest of them, we have an even easier solution. You see, there may be a minor glitch in the system, something about robots seeing you as an endoskeleton without its costume on and wanting to stuff you into a suit. So hey, we've given you an empty Freddy Fazbear head. Problem solved.
Thank
You
you.
can put it on any time and leave it on for as long as you want. Eventually, anything that wandered in will wander back out. Something else worth mentioning is kind of the quirky modern design of the building. You may have noticed there are no doors for you to close. But hey, you have light,
Quirky
and even though your flashlight can run out of power, the building cannot.
At least we have the
So
light.
don't worry about the
That's
place going dark.
all we need.
Well, I think that's it. You should be golden. Check the lights, put on the
Golden.
Freddy head if you need to.
Golden.
Keep the music box wound up. Piece of cake. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
Piece of cake, easy.
Easy.
This will be
So
easy job.
yeah, so
Easy money.
what do we know from that? What do we know from that? Well, we know that there's an old restaurant that was shut down and left to rot for a while. We know that this is the new opening of something that's been around for at least like a week, right? Because there was an old guard. The first guy finished his week, but cleaned about conditions, right? And we know that these new animatronics, like the toys, they have facial recognition system in them to detect like predators, criminals, right? Presumably to try to reassure people after the murders happened, right, in and around Freddy's, right?
Reassuring.
Reassuring, right? I feel completely safe going to this restaurant where literally 5 children were murdered and never found, ever.
Ever. Just never found.
Well, on that note,
there.
there's a lot of fan names you should be aware of. So the 5 kids that FNAF 1 talked about has been called the MCI, which stands for Missing Children's Incident. So whenever anyone like me or anyone else says MCI, we're referring to the 5 kids that the original FNAF newspapers talked about, the ones that were put into those, core set of animatronics. But yeah, move on to the next.
I have a question. Who's supposed to be talking? Because didn't Phone Guy die? So is this someone else?
Oh, Legendet. Wait, how is this possible? How is Phone Guy giving us more messages? What?
I don't know. I don't have an answer.
Let's look at something real quick, Legendet. Let's look at something from FNAF 1.
Bro, not dead? Like, is he just trick us?
Let us look at something from FNAF 1.
Thanks.
Okay. Phone Guy, in his very first phone call to us in FNAF 1, remember, says, they used to be allowed to walk around during the day too, but then there was the bite of 87. Right?
Wait, does that mean this second one is before the first one?
Let's go! She got there!
What?
Yo! That was one of the first rug pulls of the series, right? The sequel? It's a prequel!
So it's shut down like 3 times then? Like, wait.
Legendet, this is... Yeah, Fazbear always comes back.
Wait, but when... In the first one, we're guarding an already shut down company, right?
Well, so...
Right?
FNAF 1, it can't... Well, okay, so there... Yeah, that's a bit of a thing. FNAF 1, I don't think is shut down when we're guarding it. I think it's struggling, but it shouldn't be shut down, right? Especially the way Phone Guy talks in his calls.
Okay. So.
Yeah, here obviously he's talking about these animatronics. They're allowed to just be around during the day, right? So that means the bite hasn't happened yet. So what does that mean? Does it clear up your confusion about Phone Guy? Phone Guy hasn't died because FNAF 1 is after FNAF 2.
Okay, well that part is cleared up, but there's so many more questions now.
So right. So we'll get into it more as we go. What does that mean for the animatronics, right? Because they just said they're refurbished. They just said, oh, they're new. Something borrowed, something new. The animatronics have been remade, right? Reactivated. What's going on?
See, I thought the old ones were the ones we had in FNAF 1. So now I'm just confused.
So
I don't know who anyone is anymore.
Just based off of pretty much nothing else other than knowing this order of events, right? FNAF 2 equals before FNAF 1, right? We have a set of animatronics in FNAF 1 that are called the classics now. And then we have the toys. Then we have the wizards, who the wizards, their designs, you'll notice, don't really align with the classics, even if they were to be not withered, right? All the way. So what's the order of events for animatronics, just based off of that?
The wizards?
well, hold on. Who's before the wizards? Just by...
Huh?
So the wizards, before they're withered, they're just normal, right? So, sorry, that was a bit of a trick question.
What do you call them?
The unwithereds.
Okay, well then, the unwithereds, the wizards, the toys, whatever, and then the classics.
All right. So that's just our base understanding right now of the animatronic timeline. Because it is like when you first realize, you're like, wait, FNAF 2 has to be a prequel. Like, what are they talking about refurbished? It's just, it made it like, you know, just, oh, we have to throw in another layer of animatronics here, another fixing, or another redone, whatever. More specifics will come later, but yeah, just to make sure you understood that. I'm glad you got it quickly, because like you started asking about the phone guy thing, and I was like, you know, she's close. And then we read the Bite of 87, but yeah. FNAF 2, in many ways, is known as the game of rug pulls. I've heard someone describe it like that before, because it gets these little fast ones on you that aren't clear from the beginning, but then are clear as the game moves forward. So it's like little twists. But yeah, that first major twist of the FNAF lore is the second one indeed takes place before the first one. And we also know it has to take place before the Bite of 87, so it has to be either in the year of 87 or before.
Are you the Bite of 87 in the second one?
Oh, let's keep going on. But I like where your brain's at. I like where your brain's turning. Night 2.
Hello. See, I told you your first night wouldn't be a problem. You're a natural. By now, I'm sure you've noticed the older models sitting in the back room. Those are from the previous location, and we just use them for parts now. The idea at first was to repair them. They even started retrofitting them with some of the newer technology, but they were just so ugly, you know? And the smell. So the company decided to just go in a whole new direction and make them super kid-friendly. Those older ones shouldn't be able to walk around, but if they do, the whole Freddy head trick should work on them too, so whatever.
Whatever.
I love those old characters. Did you ever see Foxy the Pirate? Oh wait, Foxy. Oh yeah, Foxy. Hey listen, that one was always a bit twitchy.
Foxy.
I'm not sure if the Freddy head trick will work on Foxy. If for some reason he activates during the night, and you see him standing at the far end of the hall, just flash your light at him from time to time. Those older models would always get disoriented with bright light. It would cause a system restart or something. Come to think of it, you might want to try that on any room where something undesirable might be. It might hold them in place for a few seconds. That glitch might have carried over to the newer models too. One more thing, don't forget the music box. I'll be honest, I never liked that puppet thing. It's always thinking, and it can go anywhere. I don't think the Freddy mask will fool it, so just don't forget the music box. Anyway, I'm sure it won't be a problem. Have a good night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow.
All right.
It's always
What does that tell us?
thinking.
The puppet. Why is the puppet special compared to the others? It's always thinking? What?
Always thinking.
So
What?
that, like I said, puppet, something to keep in mind. It's always thinking. This immediately sets it apart from the other animatronics. It's smarter, it's craftier. The mask doesn't work on it. You know, similar to Foxy. Your only hope against it is keeping it satiated by the music box, right? Other thing is, so he says right here, the idea of the refurbishing, they said, the idea was at first to repair them. They even started retrofitting them with some of the newer technology, but they were just so ugly, you know? And the smell, So the company decided to go in a whole new direction and make them super kid-friendly. So they did try to fix them, but then they ended up going with the toys. Why they look less, like you said, they look less creepy is because they tried to specifically go kid-friendly, right?
Yeah, the thing is though, the smell. Like, why are these ones like gross too?
Okay, well, so Legendet, we're the classic we see in FNAF 1, right? And then we see these guys in FNAF 2. These guys are probably the ones that were stuffed, right?
I thought. Wait,
Think about it.
Oh, I guess okay, I guess I was just thinking that those reports were like current, like when you're in the game it happened then. That makes more sense though. That's like just in the past.
Well, even then we talked about how the FNAF 1 has to be a few years after the Bite of 87. and you theorized that the murders had to have happened before the bite of
Right.
87, and
Oh,
this game
right.
takes
Okay,
place
I
before the
forgot.
bite of 87. So it lines up even with what you were thinking in
Okay.
that video.
I just kind of
Yeah,
forgot. I just kind of forgot. You're
yeah.
right. So that would make sense then. They're the ones that were stuffed. Okay.
We should start doing recaps at the beginning of this of what you thought last time. That'd be a good idea, just so we know where
Oh,
your head was
yeah.
at before. And then, so at the beginning of these, we can say, oh, this is what, the Legendet theory was with this information. FNAF 1, I mean, like, there's just such little to go off of. It's just like, yeah, it's what it tells
Yeah.
us happened. Right,
Pretty
right.
base.
Yeah. But yeah. Next phone call.
Hello? See, I told you you wouldn't have any problems. Did, Foxy ever appear in the hallway? Probably not. I was just curious. Like I said, he was always my favorite. They tried to remake Foxy, you know? They thought the first one was too scary, so they redesigned him to be more kid-friendly and put him in Kids Cove to keep the toddlers entertained, you know. But kids these days just can't keep their hands to themselves. The staff literally had to put Foxy back together at the end of every shift. Eventually, they just stopped trying and left him as some kind of take-apart, put-back-together attraction. Now he's just a mess of parts. I think the employees refer to him as just the Mangle. Oh, hey, before I go, I wanted to ease your mind about any rumors you might have heard lately. You know how these local stories come and go and seldom mean anything. I can personally assure you that whatever is going on out there, however tragic it may be, has nothing to do with our establishment. It's just all rumor and speculation, people trying to make a buck, you know. Our guard during the day has reported nothing unusual, and he's on watch from opening till close. Okay, well anyway, hang in there and I'll talk with you tomorrow.
Hold up.
Alright. Yeah.
What did you say? The endo something thing was called again?
I think that one's like Endo 02 or something. It's an endoskeleton.
No. You said like people call it something. I'm pretty sure you said the Mangle.
The Mangle is for the new Foxy, for the toy Foxy.
Hey,
That's what I said.
What did you say?
So I said it. For what?
Never mind.
Alright, never mind. Okay, yeah. I did say the Mangle. I was talking about the Foxy they were talking about here.
I thought you were talking about the thing.
Oh, no, that would make sense, though, because it's all, like, torn apart, too. But, yeah. So, yeah, rumors are going on out there. What do you assume that means?
They're talking about the kids.
So probably the MCI you're thinking right now?
Mhm.
5 missing kids. Night 4.
Hello. Hey there, Night 4. I told you you'd get the hang of it. Okay, so just to update you, there's been somewhat of an investigation going on. We may end up having to close for a few days. I don't know. I want to emphasize, though, that it's really just a precaution. Fazbear Entertainment denies any wrongdoing. These things happen sometimes. It'll all get sorted out in a few days. Just keep an eye on things, and I'll keep you posted.
Sometimes.
Just as a side note, though, try to avoid eye contact with any of the animatronics tonight if you can. Someone may have tampered with their facial recognition systems. We're not sure. But the characters have been acting very unusual, almost aggressive toward the staff. They interact with the kids just fine, but when they encounter an adult, they just stare. Anyway, hang tight. It will all pass. Good night.
Ooh. Thoughts?
Oh, they're angry. They're angry at the adults.
Which makes sense, right? If they're killed by one.
Uh-huh. And they're
So
kids, so they're
there's-
like the kids.
Right. So, yeah, there's some things I would hold off until we watch some of the mini games. But there's an investigation going on out there. Do we think the investigation is still the MCI? Because presumably that's what closed down the first location, right? Was the MCI.
I mean, that's what I'm
'Cause
thinking.
that's what-
Unless there's an investigation I don't know about.
We can go back to the FNAF 1 newspapers, because I believe they said, like, oh, it's probably going to close down, right?
Mhm.
fighting an uphill battle, right, to convince families to return to the pizzeria. They're threatened with shutdown. And then local pizzeria is said to close by year's end. And we know at the start of this one, phone call 1, right, he talked about the new and improved Freddy Fazbear's Pizza ever since the old one shut down, and he wants you to forget anything you may have heard about the old location. So it all makes sense to be like, there was... So we were talking about the animatronic timeline. Now we're at the FNAF 2 location, right?
Mhm.
That came before the FNAF 1 location, but there's also a location before FNAF 2 that had to get shut down, right? So even FNAF 2 is also not the one the MCI happened at. It had to be this one before, correct?
Yeah.
And I know I'm saying a lot of that part because it's just concrete timeline stuff. Like this, that's not really theories, right? That's just literally what Phone Guy tells us. So I'm just
Or
summing
just
it up.
recapping.
Yeah. Of what we heard. Like I said, I'm trying not to just feed you theories, but this is just stuff that's like explicitly said. Now, since FNAF is so weird, there are points of contention everywhere. So there is room to argue certain things that seem pretty concrete, but we're saving that. That's more advanced stuff until we have gone deep into the series, right? So we can revisit our perceptions of what a concrete timeline means later on. But for now, this kind of stuff that I recapped to you, pretty solidly stated to us within the source material of the game. But the ongoing investigation, keep that in mind. We don't know, like, how long ago did the first location close? What's going on now? You know.
Mhm.
Oh, hey, good job, night 5. Hey, keep a close eye on things tonight, okay? From what I understand, the building is on lockdown. No one is allowed in or out, you know, especially concerning any previous employees. When we get it all sorted out, we may move you to the day shift. A position just became available. We don't have a replacement for your shift yet, but we're working on it. We're going to try to contact the original restaurant owner. I think the name of the place was Fredbear's Family Diner or something like that. It was closed for years, though. I doubt we'll be able to track anybody down. So just get through one more night. Hang in there. Good night.
Alrighty, so, I mean, you already said it right away, so I was going to try to guide you towards this. The position just came available for the day shift. What probably happened?
The Bite of 87?
Was that the Bite of 87? Yeah. Yeah, so probably that's what happened. So it probably happened to whoever was the day guard, right, at FNAF 2.
Mhm.
Because we're the night guard now, whoever got moved to the day shift, and now that's available. So we might be put there now. But maybe it's not the Bite of 87 too. You know, there's always room for that. But I feel like upon hearing this for the first time, you might think, was that guy bit, right? Now also we have a name drop for an older location, Fredbear's Family Diner. It's been closed for years, and they talk about the original owner trying to get into contact with them. This is all good to keep in mind as well. And we can go back, since a lot of information happens and stuff, we can always go back to see specifically what was said later, after we, if we get new stuff that is relevant.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait, yeah, night 6, this is a weird one. So this is you know how you can do, after you beat the core 5 nights, you unlock a special 6th night, and then you can do the custom night, which is like a night 7. But on this game, night 6 also has a phone call. It's kind of interesting. Actually, it's really interesting.
Hello. What on earth are you doing there? Didn't you get the memo? The place is closed down, at least for a while. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right. Listen, just finish your shift. It's safer than trying to leave in the middle of the night. We have one more event scheduled for tomorrow, a birthday. You'll be on day shift. Wear your uniform. Stay close to the animatronics and make sure they don't hurt anyone, okay? For now, just make it through the night. When the place eventually opens again, I'll probably take the night shift myself. Okay, good night and good luck.
Wait, and that's the first one, right?
Just make through the night when the place eventually opens again. I'll take through that. You're right. Wait, he probably is because he was talking about when we were
Yeah.
hired. He was like, "Oh, I was the previous one." Yeah. So when it opened again for the FNAF 1 location, that's why he was just originally the. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, that's a good callback to that. All right. So this one.
Anyway.
Yeah. So what yellow animatronic do we know of?
Golden
right
Freddy.
now? Golden Freddy. That's the yellow suit we're aware of now. I mean, there's Chica and stuff, but like. I don't think anyone's
Probably
wearing
not.
Toy Chica, and Withered Chica is like, that's, yeah. So, probably at this point in time, it would make sense for the yellow suit being used, like you said, to be Golden Freddy. And remember in the first video, you said you thought Golden Freddy was special because it was the suit, the mascot that the newspapers talked about that the killer wore when luring the children. You said it's probably Golden Freddy,
Yeah.
and that's why he acts weird. So this would align with that, right? Like, all right, a yellow one in the back that was used, and now none of the animatronics are acting right. Probably the killer wearing Golden Freddy. I assume you'd still think.
Yeah, it's just except for the timeline thing, because didn't we think that the children were killed like previously or something? Or is that now? I don't know. I'm losing track of the timeline.
So
So
this
much
phone call,
already.
okay, so unlike FNAF 1, right? The phone calls were all recorded, pre-recorded for us, right? These seem to be live calls. Cuz he's saying, "Hey, what are you doing here?" Right? Didn't you get the memo? Like that is
Right.
live talking.
That's what I
So
was
this isn't a
thinking.
pre-recording. So whoever used the yellow suit and whatever they did, this just happened, right? It happened recently.
Mhm.
And we're not even supposed to
So
be
I guess-
there.
Yeah, I'd assume then
So
it was
why
the kids.
why are we there then? Like we get the memo.
Yeah, why-
Like
Why would we go?
the place is closed down for a while. Someone used one of the. So here's an interesting thing though too. Someone used one of the suits. We had a spare in the back, a yellow one. Someone used it. Now none of them are acting right. This is on night 6. Presumably none of them have been acting quite right the entire game. What
Yeah.
has transpired that makes even Phone Guy admit that they're not acting right in direct relation to someone using a yellow suit, like recently? Because he doesn't say what they did with the suit. They just used it and now they're all. So now we'll get into some mini games where we might get more insight into stuff, and I'm interested to hear your takes on a lot of this. But yeah. Now I'll get into some newspapers before we get into the mini games. We have, like the beginning of the first game, it opens with a newspaper. It says, "Help wanted. Grand reopening. Vintage pizzeria given new life. Come be a part of the new face of Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. What could go wrong?" Yeah.
What could go wrong?
Such a
Nothing.
always such a weird thing to, yeah. Like, why put that on your thing? Why? And then for the end, you get robots scrapped. Freddy Fazbear's is closing. After being open only a few short weeks, Freddy Fazbear's Pizza is closing its doors. The new animatronics will be scrapped due to possible malfunctions. Again, none of them were acting right. However, the original characters are being kept in hopes of possible reorganization by the company Legendet. What becomes of them?
The first one?
Yes, that is probably the implied thing. That the Wizards are then kept again, because they would be the originals in this context, refurbished to be the classics, right? So,
Well,
sort of
they
what we
are
talked
all
about
the
earlier,
same.
but sort of, right? It's just they're fixed up, so they look different.
Remade, but
Shipathesius, right? Do you know? Yeah. It's a minor setback. We are confident that we will reopen someday, even if it's with a much smaller budget. CEO of Fazbear Entertainment. This guy says the same thing in FNAF 1. They're just
Oh, great.
wait, that-
Smaller budget.
Yeah.
That makes it safer.
right, smaller budget, no facial recognition system. Like, if something still went wrong with all the toys being decked out with the facial recognition systems, like something's a little wrong.
Yeah.
exactly. Oh yeah. So what did Phone Guy also say about the toys and their facial recognition systems? Remember, they were acting a little weird. What did he say about that? Shall we go look?
Yeah. Oh, they don't like adults, they like kids.
They don't like adults, and he said something else. I just want to quote it directly. Which one did it happen in?
Someone tampered with it.
Oh, yeah. So who would have motivation to tamper with their facial recognition systems?
The guy who hit him in the bodies. Wait.
Right.
Hit
So
the
perhaps
bodies
someone.
in the animatronics, I mean.
Right. So perhaps someone who's up to no good, right, might be our FNAF killer guy, right? And what other evidence do we have from this from the calls, right? They said there was a guard in the day shift, right? They talked about. Could that be our guy? I don't know.
Oh wait, maybe.
Hmm.
That could make sense actually.
And then it became available. Maybe that wasn't the bite of 87. Maybe that was a killer quitting after he did what he wanted to do with the facial recognition systems.
Hmm.
Anyway, we'll keep
A little
going.
sus, my guy.
A little sus. All right, and we get paychecks again. This time, the first paycheck we get for completing just the standard 5 nights is written out to Jeremy Fitzgerald. And you can see the date. What's the date?
1980.
November 12th, 1987. So that's, if you needed any more confirmation just from the theories, that's now we know this game takes place in 87.
So I would think it's the bite of 87. That
Right, now you would think
employees.
on the day shift, yeah.
Like, what else you can think?
And then on the 6th night, great, now get out, another termination slip. You're fired. Reasons, tampering with the animatronics, and odor. Oh, and this is interesting. Wait, yeah. Look who it says. To Fritz Smith, employee number 3.
Could that be the one?
Yeah. And the note says, first day on the job? Really? Huh? What does that tell us?
So someone joined and quit just to tamper with it to help with the killer or something, maybe? Or be the killer?
Okay, hold on. Yeah, let's organize this a little bit.
Or got fired.
Someone on the 6th night only had the job for 1 day and immediately got fired. So whoever we were playing as the guard for nights 1 through 5 is different from the guard we played on night 6.
Why? Did he...
And notice, he was fired for the same reasons that the FNAF 1 guard was fired.
Can you go back to the phone guy? The last one.
Oh, yeah. The very last call? Yeah. Or do you want the 5th night call?
No, the last one.
Okay.
Okay, no, the 5th night. You're right. I do want it.
I thought you might want the 5th night. Do you want me to read it aloud, or are you good?
So did he go to the day shift then, the one we were playing? And is he the one that got... No. Ah! No! I'm crashing out. Okay. I don't know.
So, what I'm gonna say here is the daytime position became available. That guard was moved to the day shift.
Oh, so we were moved to day shift. I'm guessing.
Yes. The 1 through 5 guard who we played was moved to the day shift.
So they hired a new guy.
Fritz Smith was given the night shift, and after only 1 night he was fired for, notably, the same reasons that the FNAF 1 guard was fired, even though he has a different name.
So, can we go back to the 6th night talking phone guy?
Yeah.
I need to look this again. What on earth are you doing there? Okay. Someone used... So, could you be the murderer? I feel like that wouldn't make sense.
Yeah. We can get back to this. Let's move on to some of the mini games we see, because we'll have more to talk about after looking at those. We'll come back to the calls, because the calls are sort of the backbone for a lot of this FNAF 2 lore. But yeah.
I'm so confused now.
Oh yeah, I did have these children's drawings brought up for us. They're not like they don't seem like the most important things, but sometimes they glean some things. This is sort of the more deeper parts of the lore that we can always backtrack to. But like every now and then a kid draws something that just makes you wonder, you know,
Yeah.
about timelines and stuff. You know, we can talk about those more minute things the more we get into it. All right, all secrets and Easter eggs from the same YouTuber we mentioned as before. So these are rare screens that you can get. These creepy little things. Such an iconic sound.
What's more?
Oh, there's our guy. Who's that? Golden Freddy.
Golden Freddy.
What's weird is it's just like a floating head. Like what? Oh, and then there's this guy. We'll talk about this.
Freddy, what happened, my guy? You okay, buddy?
Oh,
Hello.
and the game will crash after.
Hang in
Sort
there,
of like similar to Golden Freddy. There's Endo too that we're talking about.
Ace is so smug.
It does look weirdly smug. I didn't think about it like that.
That's so creepy.
Little creeper, yeah.
Get out, you little perv. I'm telling you, that one's the perv.
Oh no. Oh yeah, Pair Pal go missing. Weird little thing. I don't know if it's just to be creepy. I don't know. See, I'm telling you, something about the FNAF 2 location just feels so explicitly like haunted. It's, I don't know. It unsettles me. Okay, wait. This is really important stuff. These are the mini games, which kind of sets the tone for how a lot of the lore will be delivered to us from now on throughout the game. So, yeah, okay. I have to break these down. We're playing as a Freddy. It looks like, right?
Mm-hmm.
We have the puppet floating around here. And what is this?
Cannot tell. I have no idea.
Okay, yeah, it's such low quality. This is a kid.
It's a kid?
Yeah.
In a stroller? Is that what it is?
No, it's just the slumped body of a kid.
But the red lines were part of it. I got really confused. Okay, I see that now. I see that
Oh,
now.
yeah, that would be a cooked. Yeah, that would be cooked.
I'm so
Yeah.
confused. That makes more
Yeah.
sense. Okay, I see.
No, yeah, so it's just lying here in the middle of the restaurant, the body.
That's nice.
Oh,
Purple. There's a little gold thing on him.
yeah. So what does that tell you? What does that look like?
Golden Freddy. I don't know.
Golden Freddy. I feel like I've taken it as a badge.
Oh, yeah.
Because remember I was alluding to earlier with the employee stuff. Remember he says it's on
Right.
lockdown. They're supposed to be careful. Like no one's allowed in the building, especially previous employees. We talked about how the facial recognition systems might have been tampered with. Now we see our menacing evil guy, right? Presumably in a room with a dead kid, and crashes. The mini game that ends when you get to see our player. the purple guy's infamous, so obviously we all know he's the bad guy now. But like even from
Right,
this
yeah.
frame alone, you can probably infer that he's the sinister one here. But I would say that golden little thing's probably meant to represent a badge. Again, it's such
Yeah.
low quality that it's like, huh. But
I almost said a medal, actually.
right, see, well, yeah, because yeah, that's very close, right? So I feel like all this is supposed to work together into the sinister guy was working at this place before. The only place that would make sense is him to be the day shift guard, right? You see what I'm saying? Also, wait, I hate to bring this up because this is so weird. What is going on with his hands? Is he holding something? Like, is it just weird
It looks like
sprite
a pizza
design?
tray, maybe.
A what?
A pizza tray, like holding a pizza.
I love the idea. The murder guy's like, "Hey, Freddy, you like a pizza?"
Well,
He's just like,
think about it. If he's like a worker there, he might be trying to be like hidden, then blending in, holding the pizza. I don't know.
Okay, we'll get into why that's weird later. But so MatPat Game Theory originally thought this might be a phone, and they used it to say maybe phone guy was purple guy again. You know?
Oh, it looked like a phone.
You
It
know, like
looks
one
like
of
a
those
pizza
old
tray.
phones. But like again, why would he? Yeah, it was a stretch.
Hear me out.
But
He lured the kid in with the pizza, saying, "Hey kid, come get some pizza." And when he got in there, he murdered him. And then he was just stuck holding the pizza tray, because I mean, what are you gonna do with the pizza?
yeah.
Yep.
All right.
Get ready.
Foxy,
I'm ready.
go.
Oh, I'm ready. All right. Go, Foxy, go. Purple guy, why are you looking a little sus right now? Okay.
So these guys are
Go.
different shades of colors, right?
They're also different shapes. So I
They're
don't
also
know
different shapes. Welcome to one of like the first debates. Are there two killers? I'm just gonna get this out of the way. The answer is probably no, because Scott's like sprite design is famously a little inconsistent, especially in this early time. And the idea of a second original killer has never really been brought up ever again. I'm just gonna spoil that now. So this, even though it is literally different, like designed in the same game, I do not think it's supposed to be a different character. I
think it's
that's a theory I'm just gonna
representing the
put the
character,
kibosh on.
so.
Yes, these minigames are very representational. Because look, like, what's happening here? None of this even makes sense. Foxy's emerging from the curtains. He's just standing there smiling. You go the other way. What do you find? What do you find?
Dead kid!
5 dead kids. So, like, this is clearly representational. Like, clearly this isn't literally something that happened. Like, Foxy's running around. Evil guy's
Right,
just
it's
standing there like, ah!
Yeah.
And then the kids are all just
Yeah.
sitting here. So, clearly these minigames are representational more than literal. But, yeah. So these are 5 kids, right? So this probably represents what?
5 dead children.
Right, so probably the first time, right? The MCI, especially because this is the, well, yeah, it looks like the FNAF 1 Foxy, but also it's a minigame, but yeah. Anyway, very representative, right?
Foxy, where are you going?
Okay, this is an important one. Oh man, this is kind of blocking it, the words they put up here. But this is called Take Cake to the Children. And
That's a crying kid?
well, we see a crying kid right here. Oh, you're talking about the FNAF 4 crying child that you've seen? Or what do you mean by is that the crying kid?
You're glitching out.
Oh.
You're back. What'd you say?
Was my voice absolutely having a seizure?
It went,
Okay.
It was really weird.
I was saying, when you say crying kid, do you mean the one from FNAF 4, if you've heard of that?
Whatever the crying child is, I don't know. I just heard of the crying child.
Okay. Okay, so fair. It is a kid crying. Oh, what's going on over here?
Murder!
Oh,
And ditching.
Ah.
Oh!
and did you see? Okay. So I want to ask you something. We see, obviously,
What's in there?
purple car come out. Purple guy emerges from the purple car. Kid starts crying. Kid becomes gray. That probably represents what?
Death.
Right, he's dead now. Purple car speeds away. Who jump scares you specifically?
The puppet. So is he the puppet, or she, or whoever that is?
Right, so that's probably a good line of thinking, right? The puppet jump scares you at the end of one kid, because remember,
And look,
They showed
it looks
us
like
5
it's
before.
crying.
Yup, there's the tear stains on the puppet's mask.
That's crazy. I never thought of those as tear stains. Were they always there?
Yeah, this is the puppet design.
So then I never thought of them as tear stains. There you go.
But yeah, so now you would just think it's logical that whoever was killed outside of this place, Freddy is, you know, a location, right? Because clearly this is pretty bare bones, right? Again, this is highly representational. This kid was killed outside. They show the puppet. Just makes sense, right? They're probably the puppet. That's one of the foundational theories. I want to make sure that made sense with you. Yeah. Oh, also, wait. You hear
Where are
that?
those places? Oh, excellent.
Pay attention.
Insabai? I feel like I did not hear that right.
So it's so weird. I already know what it is. So I'll just tell you so I don't have to listen a million times carefully. It spells out Savehim.
Save him.
Yeah.
Save who? The dead
Who-
child?
Who
I
do you,
don't know.
who do you think? Yeah, who do you think? Probably the dead kid outside, right? You save him. Uh-oh, he's dead.
So it's a boy? Okay.
Yeah. That, not to give spoilers, but, all I'm gonna say is it says save him. Keep remember that for when it gets absolutely cooked later.
Oh no. Little suspect guy.
Oh wait, is this not showing the full mini games? Is this just showing the secrets of the mini games? I want to see the full mini games. Okay,
Spawning
so
children.
no, this is just sometime. This is just the first couple of times. The mini game is normal, like the kids are alive, right? And then on the third one, the purple guy is there and the kids are dead.
Wait, did one of them explode? One of them
No,
exploded.
it's just party
go
stuff.
back.
It's just party stuff. It's
No,
okay.
but there's 5 and then there's 4.
What?
Wait. Oh,
You're
no, I
tripping.
missed one.
You are tripping.
I am tripping. Never mind. I thought they were
I was
exploding.
like, a kid does not explode. And I was like, that's fine.
With confetti! That's what happens when the kid explodes, apparently.
Yeah.
Confetti!
No, purple guy dynamite theory. Yeah. This one we saw because they counted this as a secret. So we don't need to go through all that one again. Okay. Here's another very important one because it comes up in discussions all the time later on for different topics.
Oh boy.
For this, we see the puppet. We see 4 dead kids in a building,
Where's the
and we see give gifts. Yeah, where's the 5th? Where's the 5th? That you're already thinking. You think of things quickly. Give gifts.
puppet is giving gifts. To dead children.
Yeah, give gifts to dead children, right? That's the moral
Oh,
here,
what?
right? You go and find dead bodies of kids and you give them a present.
Gifts.
Give life, give life. So it said give gifts, and then it says give life. All right, I just want to make sure you're getting that.
The,
right?
did the puppet stuff the bodies and the animatronics?
Oh my goodness, Legendet. Okay, we're gonna keep going. no. I'm in the same boat. I'm in the same boat. Oh,
Oh, thanks,
oh.
Freddy.
Okay, so again, let's think about this.
Freddy
Right?
is misbehaving.
Well, which one is this?
Is that golden?
Da-da-da-da-da. It's golden!
Golden jump scare.
So, when I put him like this,
So the fifth one.
is Golden Freddy. But, what? Okay. I don't know how much because I want to just like up and tell you stuff. I'm trying to guide you to your own theories. So, we had 4 dead kids. We have a mini game called Give Gifts, Give Life. The puppet floats around and puts masks on each of the bodies. There is no. You said where's the 5th right at the start. There's only 4. Golden Freddy pops up. Golden Freddy probably represents the 5th kid, like you just said, but he wasn't here. So, huh?
Oh. Wait,
Right?
I don't know.
Because, right, you do not see him with these dead bodies. There's no 5th dead body. It's just the puppet. And then Golden Freddy head appears.
The head, just like in the second game.
So I want to go off something that you said earlier, because you did already say this. You think this game is telling us that the puppet stuffed the bodies? Is that what you're saying?
Mm-mm.
Okay, so if Golden Freddy, if that's what you believe, and Golden Freddy wasn't there, what does that maybe mean? We're on the simple stuff. The series is still simple right now. I want you to keep in mind that the series is still considered simple at this point.
This is gonna be fun.
This is a
Oh
fun
boy,
ride.
okay.
This is. See, you're
Watch
like leveling
Legendet
up.
Crash out.
Yeah, no, seriously, your theorizing skill is gonna level up with each game, right? Like each game, you're gonna feel like it's hard, but then when you look back at the old ones, you're gonna be like, oh, I had it so easy back then.
So easy. Nice.
But so a lot of this too. Have you heard of Occam's razor? Like simple, like the simplest solution is oftentimes the correct one, right? Obviously, that's not always true, but sometimes it's a good starting place for things. Golden Freddy isn't here. You think this represents the puppet stuffing the bodies in animatronics. Occam's razor. What does that mean about the Golden Freddy kid?
He died before.
Okay, or like, you know, in other words, maybe the puppet didn't stuff the Golden Kid if he stuffed all the others, and that's what this game is showing us, and the body wasn't there.
Wait. Did they know about only one kid dying, and then they said, and then they found out 5 are missing? So maybe that
They know
Golden
2
Lord
were
was
lured.
murdered. Dang it!
The first look, the FNAF 1. Oh my gosh, I almost said the first location, which we just discussed wasn't true. FNAF 1, which is like the 3rd location that we know of, or the 4th at Fredbear's Diner, because they mentioned that. But anyway, at this point, right, FNAF 1, in those newspapers that we see, which was actually probably talking about the location that precedes this one in FNAF 2, that we gameplay at, we know that 2 were lured to the back room, they think, and then another 3 were connected to the case, making 5 missing children total.
But there's 6, technically.
Because of the puppet, right? The puppet. So there's 6 kills. But
Unless the puppet was one of those 5, and Golden Freddy was something else.
oh,
I don't know if that would make any sense. But
so I will say, the first game had 5 animatronics with Golden Freddy, 5 kids missing. That's a kid per animatronic. It's not. I wouldn't put it past FNAF to try to pull one on us like that, even at this point. But it clearly the intention at the time of FNAF 1 was that there was a kid for each suit, and that would have to include Golden Freddy.
Okay, yeah,
And-
so probably not that.
Yeah, because the puppet, and then we see the puppet come after they were killed outside. Okay, so 5 missing children, right? If the puppet's not included with the 5 missing children, what does that maybe mean about the puppet?
They
murder?
know it's dead.
So they found the body, maybe? Because it was killed outside It was killed outside, right? Like we saw the kid get absolutely
But he
slimed
just
by
left
Purple
it
Guy
there.
when the car came.
Okay, and then you just left it there. So then they probably found the body, but then how did it become the puppet?
Oh, how did it become the puppet?
Puppet, tell me your secrets.
These are the questions, Legendet. These are the questions that you must keep in mind for many, many moons
That's nice.
to come. Because the series takes 10 years to answer questions it sets up early on. But that's besides the point. Anyway, Yeah. Anything else you want to say about the give gifts, give life mini game before we continue on?
That I can think of.
Hmm.
I don't know.
Oh my goodness!
Anymore.
At the end of this one, we have to write down your working
Oh
theories.
boy.
This
I
is
don't know.
gonna be interesting.
I have one set theory at this point, but we'll try.
So, I do just want to confirm. What can you give me the timeline of dead kids and stuffings and what you think happened with that?
Oh boy, now it's like a jumble in my head. Okay.
Mhm.
Okay. So.
We're only on
Okay.
2.
Okay. I don't know what I'm even saying. What are you? What am I answering? I don't even know anymore.
Oh, this is gonna be a long ride. This is gonna be a long ride through this franchise. Oh my goodness. But I do believe that's one of the most important questions of all time. What am I answering?
Oh.
That's only gonna come worse. Your fate is sealed, Legendet. I'm forcing you through every one of these, and your fate is sealed.
This
Oh
just
my
turned into
goodness.
Watch Legendet crash out over really confusing questions series.
Yeah, the podcast. You are gonna be as brain rotted as me in FNAF lore by the time we're done this. I will train you to be a theorizer, and you will suffer the brain rot. But anyway, what you were answering is actually, I don't need to just. I already heard you say a couple things. I'm just trying to wrench stuff out of you before we move on. But, anyways, 5 dead kids for the missing children incident, right? MCI, 5 missing.
You know what I do?
Dead.
You know what I
What?
do know? What I'm sure about?
What are you sure about?
Balloon Boy. The perv.
Yep.
It's still there.
That is the one thing we're sure of in this world, isn't it?
For both Chica and you.
What? Oh, because you mean the Nagarin. I was. Okay. Yeah. Okay. All right. Never mind.
The man behind the hat, what do you
We need to
mean?
go. We need to go to the next mini game. Holy.
That went off the rails.
And it's not anything like crazy. It's just I want to get all the dead bodies. All right. So blood pool is on the floor, right?
Bye, buddy. Rebel.
So we saw that. So those are the toys right up there. I believe this is the FNAF 2 location, and those
Yeah,
are meant to be the toys coincided that. We can cross-check the maps too, just to make sure. Everyone says this is the FNAF 2 location, so I believe it. Oh, I started saying this earlier. Oh, gifts, blood around it, kid right there. But like I said earlier, a lot of this I just know from watching other people make theories on it, so it's good for me to dig through all this myself, so I can actually know things firsthand and not just hear it. Is that a kid next to the golden Freddy spray? Wait, its eyes turned on and then it disappeared. Look. What?
I
didn't even.
You.
Because it's like the ghost eyes in FNAF 1 that we saw.
Mm-hmm.
That's weird. Is it meant to be beside that kid on purpose, or can it just appear randomly in the game? Like somewhere in the room?
Good question. I don't know.
I don't know. Because it was somewhere else before, right? It was just in the middle of the... It's probably, it probably just appears and you walk into it, the eyes activate, and then it teleports away. Because Golden Freddy can teleport. Remember in FNAF 1? We saw it. Yeah.
And apparently have a floating head.
So that just... Right, don't forget the floating head. And the ability to wear sunglasses indoors.
Exactly. It's all connected.
Yeah. It's...
That guy's freaking.
So that kid is more supposed to be hanging out in the room with them, they're not.
Are there 5 blood spots?
Today you're asking the right questions, and we're gonna go through and count them. I feel like you almost know questions before I ask them, which is very good, very good.
Wait, didn't? Bro, didn't? Yeah.
I was doing a double tap.
Down.
Oh, dead kid.
No, go down. I'm pretty sure you didn't go down yet. Unless, wait, no, maybe he did. Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so those... Yeah, so this just proves
Oh,
this
there's
is
Golden
Beyond Undead.
again.
This is a FNAF location, because here is the Wizards, right?
Mm-hmm.
Y'all
I think there's
decommissioned
another
back there.
place.
Oh,
I think
and there's
there's
one
one
right
down.
teleporting around. Yeah.
One more place. Yeah.
Oh, actually, kind of blood spots and stuff. We just go to the maps. I have that pulled up too on my menu tabs. I have a map pulled up, so
Okay.
we can look at that. Is that the office? That's okay with the fan.
Probably, yeah.
So this is just so you can explore the location. Dead kid by the table. Yeah. First off, before we get into dissecting the map, Legendet, I want to... Okay. How much answers do I give versus how much do I just ask you questions? Because like I said, a lot of this is just concrete stuff, but I'm just trying to like get you into the theorizing mode. What does this mean for the lore, that there is dead bodies strewn around this place?
Wait, why are they around? They're not in the same room.
They're all around the location, right? And what location is this?
Second one.
FNAF 2 location. So, it is not the location that what happened at.
Huh?
What dead kid happening, like what event where kids are killed that didn't
wait,
happen here? The MCI,
They
right?
were killed in the same room, right? So
They were, well, two of them were
or
lured.
in the bodies, or whatever, but like in the bodies, right?
Point is the location before this one that the murders happened at, right? So what does that say about these bodies?
They're more kids.
So like right, new set of kids dead, right?
These poor kids.
So
Dead children.
let's count the bodies. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Right? So there's 5 more dead
Why? Still five.
kids.
Like they're fives.
So yeah,
Make
okay.
it more confusing.
This is all stuff we need to think about. So there's 5 more
Question.
dead kids. Yeah.
Why is the blood away from the bodies? Like what?
Thank you. So the blood's not even near the bodies.
Like, what?
We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 if you count present.
Wait, there's
There's
one
more
under the
blood.
table. It's
Oh,
under
there
the
is?
table.
Oh, you're right. Okay, wait.
Wait, I just
So
realized I was
1,
pointing to my screen, but you can't see where.
Yeah, that's what I thought. That's what I thought people said. So there's 6. There's 6 blood spots, but 5 bodies.
Puppet. Wait, no, that doesn't make sense. He's outside. What the
Yeah,
frick?
that doesn't. And these aren't our original kids? Question mark.
Why is this stuff just get more confusing?
So let's look at the
I'm already
character
thoroughly
roster.
confused.
Let's look at the character roster of FNAF 2, right? So, FNAF Wiki here, just to make sure we had all of the animatronics accounted for in the FNAF 2 location. Why did I say FNAF so weird? FNAF? I don't... Regardless. Toy Freddy, Toy Bunny, Toy Chica, Mangle, and Balloon Boy. That's 5, right?
Wait, look at the next one. Marionette.
Marionette, that's the puppet.
I know it's
Yeah.
not.
Oh
I know
no,
it's not
you're
that, but-
miraculous coded. You're miraculous coded. Okay, I forgot about
It
that.
looks close to Marionette.
Marionette is the true name of what the puppet is, right? So we call it
Okay.
the puppet. But if you hear the marionette, that just means puppet. It's like the type of puppet it is, right? So Legendet, I want to present you some options. We have the 5 wizards, right? Which are probably the 5 original animatronic suits that the 5 bodies of the MCI were shoved in, maybe taken out by Fazbear, right? Maybe.
Oh,
who
these-
knows?
Okay, these could be those Toy and Balloon Boy and all them ones.
Okay, right. Because with the toy band, right, Freddy, Bunny, Chica, and then with the new Foxy, Mangle, and Balloon Boy, that's 5, right?
Yeah.
And well, there's JJ too. I forgot about him.
Who's JJ?
He's like a off-brand Balloon Boy.
Yeah. I swear, every time you think you're starting to figure something out, they say, "Oh, you think you're so smart figuring this out?"
Yeah. This is the one that only sits. Yeah, get ready for that. I swear the games exist to make you wrong about stuff, but
The whole point was just they wanted to like make you crash out.
yeah. So it only appears under your desk in FNAF 2, and then Endo 02 is here as well.
Wait, so JJ could be the perv.
JJ, yeah, and Balloon Boy and JJ, they're so similar, but yeah, they're technically different. Yeah, Endo 02. So, I mean, the shadows. We gotta talk about this too. I'm excited for that, but also it's confusing enough. Paper Pals, they're not animatronics, they're characters. I don't think these guys are haunted. These Paper Pal guys, no way.
No, I think they're just there.
One disappears, but I think that's just like we saw the rooms being altered in FNAF 1 as well. So I mean, I just think that's part of the haunted location. Yeah. So well, okay. With JJ and Endo 02, I don't know what Endo 02's deal is. That's probably just an endoskeleton. But there's either 7, 6, like 5, like I don't know. The number of animatronics almost feels inconsistent with the 5 people dead too as well, right? Because we have Toy Freddy, Toy Bonnie, Toy Chica, Mangle, that's 4. Balloon Boy and JJ, I don't know if they're possessed or not. But there's 2 of them, that would still be more. And then Endo 02, like who's possessed and who's not then? There's still only 5 dead kids shown. It's not a clean, right? It's not a clean possession then, it can't be.
I don't know.
I didn't really think about this before when people say that. Yeah, if these are all the animatronics in FNAF 2, that's not a clean 1-for-1 like it was in FNAF 1 anyway. Am I tripping? Because Marionette's the one killed outside. I don't know. Because there's still Balloon Boy and JJ to account for, because I feel like if you're counting one, you have to count the other. Then it's like, is there like multiple possession across multiple things?
I don't know. That's confuzzling.
Weird. Well, so also the something borrowed something new thing. Go back to that teaser way back in the beginning. Some people have used this to argue that like parts from the Wizards were used to construct the toys, and that's what makes the toys partially haunted, right?
Mm-hmm.
That gets into like the suit's possessed. You take stuff from this, put it into the toys. I know this is just a theory. Like this is a theory I've heard. I'm just telling you because it's very popular from the Something Borrowed Something New. But if that's the case, what do the dead kids mean around? And I have certain opinions on that in FNAF 2, but I feel like it's better talked about further in the series. It's very weird. It's very weird stuff. Like FNAF 2 has just certain quirks to it that just feels strange in light of other lore.
Yeah. Yeah, it really makes you question your sanity on what you know.
Yeah. Because even in this, right, we see the band, the main band, Bonnie, Freddy, Chica, Mangle, and still 5. Like it only shows 4 here, but 5 bodies.
Yeah.
So it's not even 1-for-1 in the thing where it shows us that these kids are dead in the FNAF 2 location. And the Wizards don't count.
Could there be one in the box, maybe?
It's the puppet.
Could there be another
That's
one
puppet
in the box?
Could there be? I've never thought about it that way before. It's not a clean 1-for-1, is it? Unless...
Maybe it's under the table where the blood is.
Because like Balloon Boy, JJ, the Endo, they're not true animatronic members, right? They feel different. Clearly these 4, like even them showing on the posters here, and then the puppet, like that's the new 5 instead of the original 4, and then Gold Freddy is the original 4, and the puppet is the odd one out. Anyway, Legendet. Okay, so clearly, well, okay, wait, we see the Endo 2 in the vents, right? So maybe the Endo 2 is the one possessed, I guess, would be maybe the argument here by the 5th kid, because that one's in the event, in the vents. But Balloon Boy attacks you too. Like he comes and steals your batteries, and I don't know. Like you can't stuff something inside Balloon Boy. Well, you can't. I mean, you can't stuff anything inside these toys, really. Like look how skinny Chica is.
True.
So
That's-
like,
They are kids, but like, I feel like
yeah. So that would mean possession doesn't have to be stuffed inside. But okay, I don't want to tell you what I think about this, but Legendet. With all this weirdness around this that we're seeing the 5 dead kids in the FNAF 2 location, is there any and 6 bloodstains too? Why wouldn't we get a 6 body? Why 6 bloodstains, not 6 body? And 6 even then would only account for an extra 1, right? Because we have 5 right now.
Yeah.
We have to group Endo2 or Balloon Boy or JJ in for it to make sense. But then there's 6 bloodstains. If we add that, it's still either Endo2 or JJ gets left out, right? JJ doesn't. It just appears under your desk though, right? So maybe we shouldn't count that as anything. Because a 6 bloodstain could just attribute to one of them, right?
True. That could.
Because JJ, like the FNAF wiki here says, JJ is a more feminine version, or rather a female version of Balloon Boy. She has purple and blue striped clothing, holds up no balloons. Is unknown if JJ's official sign in her hand. Is unknown why Scott did put JJ in UCN instantly of putting her... Wait, what is this trying to say? I feel like somebody wrote the wiki wrong here. That is not correct. Her behavior is quite unknown if FNAF 2 did her only sitting underneath your desk, but when Ultimate Custom Night was released, JJ's behavior is shown to be similar to that of Balloon Boy's, which it turns off all the security systems. Somebody did not write this article in correct grammar, but point is maybe JJ shouldn't be taken into consideration. Like maybe Balloon Boy could be possessed, but JJ not, because she doesn't really even do anything. But also they take your batteries, and like these things are robots. Like it's possible these things can just be weird little robot things too. You know, like I don't think every single animatronic needs to be possessed, you know?
That's weird.
It's kind of cooked when you think about it. Because yeah, and Endo 2 is chilling too. So I guess what you would say is there's either the 5 dead kids go to the 4 new members, and then 1 to Endo 2, and then you would say Balloon Boy is not possessed, is just a robot thing, because it steals your batteries. It feels like a robot thing to do, right? Like it doesn't do anything to you besides stealing the batteries for your flashlight. We didn't really go over the gameplay of the game too much, so I guess maybe you didn't know that from the start, but like Balloon Boy, when he shows up, he steals your batteries, and you can't use your flashlight, so then eventually Foxy kills you, right? Because you can't ward him off with the flashlight. He doesn't actually attack you, so I feel like there's a strong case for Balloon Boy not actually being possessed here, because like it's a robot thing to want batteries, right? And that's all he does to you.
Right.
And JJ only appears under your desk. Like JJ's more of an Easter egg than anything. But even then, FNAF Easter eggs can mean stuff. So it's like, yeah, that's weird. That's weird. So there's either 6 dead kids or 5, because there's 6 bloodstains again, which is weird. But the bloodstains don't even coincide where the bodies are anyway, so does it even matter?
I don't know anymore.
Because there's 2 bloodstains in one room. Does that just mean a kid was really graphically murdered in this one room to make double the blood?
True.
Like that, you know, in a what-if world, anything's possible. Legendet, before we, do you want to just hear my take on this? Do you want to just hear my take on this, or do you want to say anything more about it before I give you my take?
I don't think I have anything more right now.
I'll give you one last chance, because I do really want this series to be the Legendet tries to figure out FNAF lore for the first time series. I want to say something on this because we talked about it a lot. Anything you want to say before I give my interpretation that other people share too on the internet? I
can't think of anything. I don't know.
All right. I don't think this happened. I think these 5 dead kids are representing the original 5, and I think this, like mini games, like I said, they're representational. A lot of it isn't literal. like the Foxy Go 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 thing, on the buildings being way too small, and the save him, the give cake one and save him, right? And give gifts, give life. I think these 5 dead kids are reminding us of the 5 kids that are truly missing, truly killed, and then the toys act weird because a combination of them maybe having parts from the Wizards that are, partially haunted that were moved over to them, and the killer who's on the day shift, right, tampering with the recognition systems to try to like maybe disarm them if he were to come back and do whatever, I guess. And then that's why they act murderous towards the night guards.
Maybe.
It feels weird for this to happen too, because why, like, but on the other hand, like, how much do we want to just not believe what we're shown? Because we are literally shown dead bodies in the FNAF 2 location just strewn about. And phone guys like, oh, there's an investigation going on. Oh no, like, we're closed down. And then they specifically start.
If you're thinking it could be just representing how there's an investigation of the 5 dead kids.
Right, and if Puppet Kid was killed outside of this location, that would cause the investigation as well. And, if the toys don't need new kids to be dead to be haunted, only the puppet needs a new dead kid to be possessed or whatever. So the Puppet Kid dying outside could fulfill that without these 5 having been literal. But it's so difficult. Well, there's another reason. There's another reason why I am leaning towards this not being like a real event, but it takes pretty much the context of the rest of the series to fully articulate. Like, what I want to say itself is simple, but I want to get through the rest of the series because you kind of need the context before it has any weight to it. But I do want to throw it out there that I think is possible. This just didn't really happen. Like, literally what we see here, the 5 dead kids in the FNAF 2 location.
Okay.
But then,
I'll keep that in mind. It might not.
Then again, someone used a yellow suit, right? And we know our guy kills kids while wearing mascot costumes, and he said someone on night 6, someone used a yellow suit, and now none of them are acting right. Like, specifically, but Legendet, they've been trying to kill us the whole game. It's not like the toys only try to kill us on night 6. They've tried to kill us the whole game with the other animatronics. But Phone Guy only cites them as acting weird on night 6.
Yeah, it's like,
After
what does he think is weird?
Right.
Like, I don't know.
And what would they be using the yellow suit to do if not commit those new murders?
Right? Like, why would they want it? Like, I don't know, what would it even be for?
And they have a birthday scheduled still for the next day. They're
Yeah,
on
like,
lockdown,
what?
but they have birthday scheduled for the next day.
Like, what? Why? I don't think you're supposed to do that when you're on lockdown.
Also, I think we were the ones who got bit in the bite of 87. It says stay close to the animatronics. Make sure
That's
they
what
don't hurt anyone. Like, staying close. Oh yeah, because they're still allowed to roam about, right? If you make sure, which means the bite of 87 couldn't have happened to the other guy. So the other guy is the killer for sure, right? And that's why they left after, I don't know. And because if you have to stay close to them for the next birthday party, they're still walking around, which, after the bite of 87, that was a no-go, right? Like, no more walking around the same FNAF 1 after the bite of 87. So the guy we play as is nights 1 through 5 is the guy that got bit, right? That's what this is implying?
That's what I think.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what I'd assume.
Dude,
But, I mean,
like I said,
can't really assume
it's so
anything
fun
anymore.
going through this for myself, because I only hear, like, until we do this deep dive, I really only watched other people talk about it. And, like, this information comes up, but, like, going through it with ourselves and not, like, listening to someone is so much funner, because you, like,
It's
have
cool.
to confirm stuff for yourself, Yeah. I'm sure there's more to talk about. Okay, so we're kind of finishing up here, taking you through the base of everything. I want to talk about file names real quick. So, people that are smart, or I guess they just want to, can go through the files and find like the names of stuff for potential lore. So, like, for instance, in the first game, one of the really only things that matters is Golden Freddy's cited as Yellow Bear, which is probably just, you know, the name, like it's just a description. But some things give maybe hints. So, the object for Mangle in the Save Them minigames, the Mangle sprite, it says he was here. Probably the killer, right? The he.
Yeah.
Seems obvious to me. Oh, the cutscene. Oh my goodness, I'm glad I read this file. I almost forgot about this. This is a small part of FNAF 2. But still, it matters. So in between nights, this will happen. It's a first-person perspective from Freddy, obviously, as you can see. And you'll notice the tables and the way they're on the stage, and the way that they're not withered, right? They're the classics. This is the FNAF 1 location.
What the?
What the?
What the?
So it changes a bit from night to night as well.
There. Oop, the side eye.
Side eye.
He's like, Freddy, why are you moving your head so much?
Yeah. They're like, really? We just want to chill.
We're just
Stay
chilling.
still, Freddy. Holy.
Stop moving! Like, stop moving, Freddy. What are you doing? It's me.
It's me.
Hello, me. Oh, bro
Hi,
is.
I'm the problem.
speaking.
It's me.
Oh,
Oh, is that Golden
wait.
Freddy? Oh, wait.
They're all
Yeah,
mad.
they're like, we need an intervention.
Intervention.
Freddy, you're literally moving this family apart.
Apart. They look so like dead inside, which they are.
Dead inside.
It's me again. They just ditch us. Oh no, they're there.
Oh, who's that?
Oh, I don't like that.
That's
Who's
so
that?
which
Is
one
that
is
the
it?
puppet?
Yeah, it's the puppet. In the FNAF 1 location, which
Wait, he wasn't there.
right. We never saw it in FNAF 1, so
I was like, stop moving. What are you doing?
the puppet's like, alright, they had to call me in.
They had to call me in.
This
What are
is
you
Freddy,
doing,
this is a
Freddy?
real problem. You need to understand this. Stop
You need to understand.
moving. So there's that. And I'll say, because we're talking about the file names, what's interesting about those is they're called dreams in the files. They're labeled as dreams.
Strange.
So whose dreams are they if they're meant to be dreams?
I don't know.
Yeah.
Freddy's, obviously. He dreams of moving.
So
on
like,
stage.
yeah, okay. So yeah, there's the one option of like, it's the spirit inside Golden Freddy, somehow. It's the spirit inside of Golden Freddy, maybe like the guard of FNAF 1. It's like imposing the dreams on the guard somehow. If we want to say like a physical person is dreaming instead of a spirit, might make sense. It's so weird that's the FNAF 1 location. And it's with the puppet? Again, this gets into talk of what, like, if they're meant to be dreams anyway, how literal do we take it? Just like we're talking about other minigames. That's an ongoing debate for pretty much any of these ambiguous stuff in FNAF.
I guess the puppet was already like alive in the timeline, so it's just we never saw him.
Yeah, well, they were all alive in the timeline. I'm not. The kids were dead. The animatronics were stuffed and presumably possessed. Yeah. Oh my gosh. Yeah, because you think, oh, the animatronic came to life or the kid died. Give gifts, give life. But so what was the significance of the dreams, of it being called dreams? What does it mean?
Someone was dreaming it.
Yeah. I
They're
always
not
think,
real.
like,
I don't know.
yeah. Yeah. This game already. So, yeah.
I like the idea that it could be the night guard, like Golden Freddy telling the night guard something through those dreams. I don't know what,
Yeah.
but
There's certain stuff we could use from the movies as evidence, but I don't want to use it because we've seen the first movie, but I don't want to use that yet
Right.
because we're supposed to be going through. Similar how I didn't use something about what I wanted to say about the. Oh, and here what they refer to this. So the missing children's incident is the kids that went missing. Since these dead bodies are seen all over the pizza place and presumably just been found, this is called the DCI, which just stands for the Dead Children's Incident. So when I say DCI or anyone else's DCI, they mean the bodies seen in the FNAF 2 location.
okay.
And like I said, I feel like they might not be a new set of dead kids at all, just given that is influenced by stuff later in the series for me. I can't escape it, but just given this game, like the weirdness of like, it's not a one-to-one necessarily with all the different things we see in the FNAF 2 location, like it was a one-to-one for each character, like the animatronic characters in FNAF 1, and the inconsistent blood spills, how Foxy Go 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 showed us 5 dead kids that was purely representational, right? Because that clearly didn't actually happen. I think there's a case to be made that this is just harkening back to the 5 dead kids just within this game, which is why I wanted to mention it, because I almost couldn't not, because this event is so weird. But it's either we have 11 dead kids in 2 games, because, 5 were killed, the puppet was killed, and another 5 was killed. What do you think right now, what do you think the order of deaths is? Because that's something that's talked about later on, too.
As of right now, what I've seen, I would say either the puppet or the 5 kids first.
Okay. What would make you pick okay, so you said either or. If you had to order them, actually thought experiment time. Let's say puppets first, 5 dead kids after. What would make you think that right now?
It's just instinct. I don't know
It's
how they showed it. I'm trying to remember the video. Do you have the video up where we saw the first the puppet get killed?
Yeah. I want to do the puppet get killed, and we'll do give gifts, give life as well. Okay, so here we are at the FNAF 2 minigames again. Here is where presumably the kid that's the puppet gets killed, right?
I'll keep missing the top one.
Yeah.
Feels like everything else was so normal that death might be first, just because I don't know.
Well, that's why I want to watch you give life. What's happening here exactly?
Wait, it's the puppet. I forgot it was the puppet.
Right. The puppet's already moving around, giving the dead kids gifts and then the masks, right? So if you think...
then I think the puppet was first.
Because you said earlier you think the puppet stuffed the kids, right?
Right, yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, so I think the puppet was first.
So, by extension, the puppet would have to have been killed first. But let me ask you this, Legendet. Why would the puppet stuff the kids in the animatronics? Why would it take their bodies and shove it in the animatronics?
Because it's a kid too, and it felt bad, and it didn't want them. Maybe... Wait, but it was outside. You see, I don't know how it got in the puppet. Because...
Yeah.
I mean, if it found out that you could possess the robots after you died, maybe it's like, okay, here, I'll help you, kid, so you can possess too. You know what I mean?
Which was why it's called Give Gifts, Give Life, because like
Yeah,
it's
exactly.
possessed, so it wants the dead kids to sort of have like some version of life, so it puts it near something that can get possessed or whatever.
Yeah, and then they can be friends.
Yeah. Okay. So, okay. Last game, you asserted that the killer probably hid the bodies in the suits. Does this overwrite that theory? So this changes that belief. Okay, just making sure.
Yeah, so I think the killer, maybe the killer just like killed them all, ditched his golden Freddy or whatever we said it was suit, ran off, and then this guy was like, okay, here, I'll give you all the suits.
So if the 5 dead kids that we see here, the DCI, right, in the FNAF 2 location, are literal, that would sort of go into the killer just kills them, leaves them in the pizza place, right? And then the puppet, why the 5 kids went missing the first time is because the puppet stuffed them. But there wasn't any, you couldn't stuff them with the new animatronics. In the new locations, the puppet didn't stuff them that time or whatever, or it just didn't have a chance to or anything like that before they were found or something. But this leads into the question, I guess, of Golden Freddy kid wasn't here and Give Gifts, Give Life, and the head appears, so that kid had to possess Golden Freddy somehow, and it seems like the puppet didn't stuff him based off of this minigame.
Unless he already did. I don't know.
Okay, so maybe you think the puppet stuffed Golden Freddy. Yeah, I don't know. That's a weird one.
Maybe it was just maybe that kid with Golden Freddy was the last one, like we kind of said before, in a different room, and so the suit was just right there, so he did that already, and then these ones, I don't know.
Yeah, it's weird. Okay, so I think we can just go see. I'll go back to the files as I was doing, because we got sidetracked for the the dream sequences, because that reminded me of it. We still need to talk about the first appearance of the shadows. I don't know if they're officially called shadows yet, but I'm going to be referring to them as shadows because that's what they get called later. Yeah, so Legendet. Rarely this guy can appear in the room where the wizards usually are, and it's like a blackened version of like Golden Freddy.
That's so weird.
And it kind of just sits there. But it's really rare, but you can see it every now and then. And then perhaps even weirder is this guy, who is the model of Toy Bonnie, but completely blackened out with the glowing teeth and eyes. And in the files, he's a jumble of letters, which I can pull those up for you right now. RWQFSFASXC is his name, which is probably... A lot of people have tried to find a hidden meaning in this, like a code, and it's never been done, and it seems super random, and the creator hasn't really hinted at it meaning anything, so it's probably just a mash of keys to be like garbled almost, to be like creepy about like what is this thing, right? But people will refer to it as either Shadow Bonnie because it's Toy Bonnie in shadow form, or RWQ, they'll say, just the first 3 letters. That's how people refer to it because of its file name.
Okay.
But those guys are a thing. What do you make of them? This guy crashes your game similar to Golden Freddy when he appears.
I don't know. What? These guys feel so random.
Yeah, these things. Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. This, I feel like it's almost impossible to really give a concrete explanation of what these are before later information is given. And I will say right now, there's a lot of these guys are barely elaborated upon in general. But there's certain stuff that happens in the books that help make you give a clearer idea. I think honestly, the building changes, like a paper pal disappears in the first one, the posters were changing, right? Like the building itself was like infused with like whatever haunted energy there was to actually
Yeah.
change it. I feel like these are probably just like, ooh, spooky
Fun.
spirit stuff. Like, you know,
Yeah, probably, because I don't know what else it'd be.
like at this
Probably
point in
just something
time with
creepy.
what we have, right? Like I feel like what else are they supposed to be then? Hey, this place is haunted up the wazoo, right? Like, because
Mhm.
FNAF 1, the posters literally changed. You know, it revealed newspapers about what happened to them. It showed Freddy like twisting his head apart. It showed Golden Freddy on where it wasn't supposed to be. Posters changed like crying children. So the other building was changing all the time. Maybe this is just like the new like, you know, just manifestation of bad mojo basically.
Probably. It's probably. I feel like I'm gonna go with that for now. It's just haunted, and it's just
Yeah.
them.
This will probably be amended too as we go on because this isn't the last we'll hear of these guys. But yeah, right now very very clandestine. And then Golden Freddy is back and kills you by flying his head through the hallway
Floating head.
and crashing your game.
See,
This game's-
well, one thing we know about Golden Freddy is he doesn't like to stand or walk.
True, he teleports and sits on his butt in your office or shoots a projection of his head. Yeah.
Yep.
So again,
That's
speaking of
Golden
what's
Freddy for you.
what's literal and non-literal here, do you think Freddy's actually launching his animatronic head at you?
No,
Or
I don't
it's
feel
just
like I feel like he wouldn't be. I don't know how that would happen, but I mean, how is anything happening? So you never know.
is anything happening Legendet 2025 in relation to FNAF?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably just more spirit malarkey, right? Also, in the first game, he matched the appearance of the others. Like he looked like you know, fixed up. Where in this, he looks like the Wizards. Like look, like you know, when you look at him, he's broken down, right? He has the missing ear.
Right.
And I don't know. Like, call me crazy, but like, what is Golden Freddy getting fixed up just to not be used physically at the next location? Because like we only see him teleport into your office in FNAF 1. It's not like he's part of the band crew like normal. Like he's not at all.
Yeah.
So, it's like, huh? What are your thoughts on that?
Yeah, that's weird. I guess I don't know, he's been around for a while, apparently, I don't know.
I would say like, so we already know he can teleport, right? Here we see that in the minigame and we see it in FNAF 1. And if this head thing is some spirit mojo, right? Like, I feel like we just say Golden Freddy just does crap to alter the environment or himself in the environment. So like, when his buddies look withered, he looks withered. When his buddies look refurbished, he looks refurbished. Like that's what I
fair.
would, like just as a spirit
Yeah.
entity thing. Because he seems way more spiritual than the other animatronics. Like he can do this stuff. Where the other animatronics seem to be bound by their physical existence, Golden Freddy doesn't seem to be that.
Yeah, he feels very ghosty.
Yeah. And in the first game, we said maybe he has extra juice, like spirit juice in him, because the killer used him to kill the kids. Like that was the thing he dressed up in. And at the time, you said the killer stuffed them, so he not only used it to kill the kid, but then stuffed the kid inside it also. And that's why Golden Freddy's weird. And he used a yellow one in the back. At this point in time, we think Golden Freddy's what he used, right?
Yeah, that's what I'm thinking.
Does yellow suit in the back, like. So, yeah. Or Legendet. I know I was yapping about the DCI maybe not being literal or whatever, but what's the chance these 5 kids just get killed and didn't possess anything? Like they're just killed and we all move on. They're dead and they're dead and it's just.
Alright, they're dead. Moving on. No more suits for
Right.
you.
No, literally, what are the chances of that? Because, like, we have an explanation for why the Wizards are haunted. Like, they're decommissioned, but they're still moving around, so clearly haunted. The toys, seems like they shouldn't be actively trying to kill you. Like, it seems like they're too aggressive. Maybe it's bad programming, maybe it's glitches, maybe it's because their facial recognition system's being tampered with. But I feel like there's explanations for the toys to be haunted, like whether it's shared parts with the Wizards, like the other stuff I mentioned. What are the chances that these kids were just killed and didn't haunt anything? Like, I feel like that's possible.
That's true, because they don't show anything. Like, they're not near suits or anything.
Yeah. So yeah, maybe that's reasonable, right? Like, the killer dresses up in Golden Freddy again, kills 5 kids again. Puppet doesn't stop them. If you think Puppet stopped them, they just don't get possessed. That cleans up the weirdness of these, right? So we don't need to match them to animatronics.
Just, why is this guy killing a bunch of kids?
I mean,
Like,
at this
bro, what?
in this era of FNAF, we know nothing about the killer, right? Like, seeing the purple guy sprite was even more than they gave us in FNAF 1. Like, at least we have a sprite to ground him to now. But psychotic child serial killer, I guess, right? Like, creepy. Ooh.
Oh, creepy.
Oh, which it is creepy. I mean, you know, like, yeah, it is a horror game. Like, you need a bad guy.
It's
Right? Like, someone, there's going to be an evil guy, right? Especially since this takes place in the 80s too, like late 80s, 90s, like that was sort of like a lot of prominent slasher films were coming out in the real world. So it's like, I don't know, that like blade wielding guy that comes in and just kills you, right? Just for the fun of it. Or, you know, kind of corresponds with a lot of horror media too from around this time period. Even though the game was made in 2014, I'm just saying, like, it harkens back to the 80s and 90s, because that's what the universe in the games takes place in. But, yeah.
Yeah, that's that.
So yeah, there's one more thing I want to talk about, because I think we kind of forgot it in the scuffle. Who did the bite of 87? Not who got bit, not when it happened, which animatronic.
Oh.
In FNAF 1, you said probably Golden Freddy, because if you type 1987 into the little custom night thing, you get his face. He also is the odd one out in that game. It would make sense for maybe him to be the culprit. He's extra creepy. However, in this, it seems to be implying that, what was his name? Jeremy Fitzgerald, right? Was the first night guard of FNAF 2. Stay close to the animatronics. They're still moving around. This is 1987. The location closes soon after. I feel like it's implied that he's the one who suffered the bite of 87, but it seems like Golden Freddy wasn't just wandering around the FNAF 2 location, right? So, any guesses to who committed the bite of 87 with that knowledge?
Foxy.
Unironically, that's a good guess. That's a crazy good guess, because a lot of the community were wondering Foxy, because he dives at you, right? The little guy, when he jump scares you, he goes, "Rah!" Right, mouth, jaws open,
Yeah.
he goes, "Rah!"
Well, I was thinking that because, if you don't watch him, he like comes out. So I'm wondering if he got distracted.
And
But he was
FNAF 1,
told to
he's
watch him all
already.
closely.
Yeah.
Yeah, and he was supposed to watch him all closely, and maybe he just didn't watch Foxy closely, and so
Fox just gets
ran
his
out.
frontal lobe. Yeah, it's amazing how the human body can live without a frontal lobe. Bah. So Foxy, would you lock that in as your guess? Foxy.
If not Golden Freddy, then yeah.
Because I just feel like I feel like it's implied that the 1 through 5 guy gets put into the day shift just to immediately get his frontal lobe bit. I feel like Golden Freddy is not walking around FNAF 2, you know?
Yeah.
But
That's true.
Is this Golden Freddy though in the child's drawings?
It'd just be regular Freddy. Oh no, the other one's darker.
Yeah. And look, it can't be a reused picture from the old one, because it says my day at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza, and this one opened because the other one closed down. And it shows Golden Freddy like singing to the kids. That's why I wanted to foreshadow the children's drawings being important, because I wanted to bring this up. Because look, here's normal Freddy. If you wanted to say this was normal Freddy, look, they're different. Oh.
No!
Oh. Oh, it hurts. This scares me. Why was Golden Freddy? I heard someone bring this up one time in a YouTube video long ago, and I didn't like it then, and I also don't like it now. Was Golden Freddy performing at one point in the FNAF 2 location?
Or hear me out.
Hearing you out?
Bro likes to be like ghosty. and he likes to like teleport. So maybe he like just appeared to the kids when he wasn't supposed to.
That's
And
so
he
creepy.
He used them leg muscles. Them leg.
Oh. What did he do with the leg muscles? What?
Used them.
Wait, so hold on. Well, never mind. I don't know what you're talking about leg muscles for. But Golden Freddy, actually, Legendet, that's crazy. Like, he appears only to the kids.
Oh yeah.
That's actually so creepy too. Like, they're drawing things. Like, imagine your kid drawing that and you're like, the parents are just like, oh, he recolored Freddy, probably not thinking about it. But like, the kid is like other people are looking at that, they're like, that Freddy is not here. Why are the kids drawing it? But they're like, oh, it's saying to us. Wait.
Yeah, that's actually terrifying.
Because they said, wait, and Phone Guy too, if we're assuming, I'm just gonna say it right now, maybe a bit of a spoiler, what we think the yellow suit in the back was might not be Golden Freddy, with stuff we learn later on. It still might be.
Yeah.
But also, it still might be. There's debate on that, but also it might not be. I had to say that a little bit just before we get, down the rabbit hole of this too far. However, with the context, because we're only using the games they come out, in the context of this game, the only yellow suit that we have other than Chica, who it doesn't make any sense for anyone to use or wear one of those, would be Golden Freddy. So I think at the time of this game, it's best to assume that it is Golden Freddy. They said we had a spare in the back, which means they're keeping it in the back. Like, they're not, it's not active
So if
performing.
Golden Freddy can only be seen by kids or something, then
No,
probably wouldn't be
no,
that.
but I'm saying that supports your theory. Like, they had it locked away in the back. Yeah.
Oh,
So, like,
yeah.
Yeah, like, Phone Guy is like, yeah, we weren't using this yellow one. It was a spare in the back. And that's interesting. I don't think I've heard that before, because I've heard people say, isn't it weird that it says My Day at the new Freddy Fazbear's Pizza and it shows Golden Freddy here? Because the way I understand it, aside from Fredbear's Family Diner, there was the Freddy Fazbear's Pizza. 5 murders happened there. It closes. This one opens in 1987. The DCI happens here. Maybe the puppet dies here. This one closes after the Bite of 87 like nails it in the coffin. And then FNAF 1 opens up later on in the early 90s. So yeah, Legendet, I like that a lot. I don't think I've heard that explanation for that poster, because it is a weird one. Because look, it's over here again, right? Like, it's just Golden Freddy again. It looks, looks the same. It's identical though, but that's, just game design things.
Hey,
like, I
go
doubt.
Go back.
Where? Over here.
Right there. Look, it's Foxy getting taken apart.
Yeah, like they said, they're absolutely decimating Mangle. The kids are like, ha.
Poor Foxy.
Now we just call it the Mangle.
A mango.
I am just going to assume that that's what you said, honestly, Legendet. That it just appears to the children, even when it's not supposed to.
That's so creepy.
That is a creepy thought. Mom, did you see the Golden Freddy? What? The golden one. Honey, what are you talking about?
There's only the brown one. That's not gold.
There's only the brown Freddy. But wait. Hold on. Now we gotta to see if any of these are even the toy versions. Like, this doesn't look like the toy version of Chica, right?
Doesn't even look like Chica. That just looks like a weird duck.
Okay, so are these the toys, do you think? Because that would be really weird if they're not only they're drawing Golden Freddy, but they're drawing not the toys.
I mean, I think they're the toys, but I don't know.
Yeah, Chica would be the only one that. That might be a little weird. Yeah. I guess they're not explicitly not the toys, so it's fine. Because also Chica would have had her beak on at the time, like we see it here.
Right.
And I know don't see her beak in the game, but like they just drew her with her beak on. That's Scooby Toy Freddy. I'm gonna assume those are the toys. I think that's we talked way longer about FNAF 2 than I was anticipating. I thought we're still on the simple rounds, but there's still a lot to talk about, especially for someone who's just being introduced to the lore. But yeah, it's a crazy ride. It's pretty fun though. Next week we'll be back. We'll be back doing FNAF 3. Anyways, thanks for joining us. If you watched, like and subscribe. Check out our channels if you want to see even more of what we have to say on stuff. I make video essays on lore and media. Legendet makes cute pet content. Those are pretty good. You should check those out. And other than that, we'll see you next week. And until next time, keep loving lore, keep drinking tea. We'll see you guys.